So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the story about the Gipper, but let me tell you the story about the Grypper. No joke. When this guy was drafted out of Boston University, we knew big things were going to occur. He eventually became an NCAA champion at Boston University, led the team in assists in a 72 campaign, also won the title with Boston in 72, and he became the first former Boston University player to play for the Boston Bruins when he made his NHL debut at the end of the 74 season. So you're probably saying to yourself, who is this player? Well, it got to be the man, again, they call the Grypper, Bob Gryp. Now, he was selected by Toronto in a fourth round, 50th overall, again, based on those great early years in Boston University. He had played with Chatham of the Ontario Junior B League in 68 and played as a BU freshman at the ECAC in 69 before, again, his draft year where he put up 29 points in 27 games in 1970. Now, his first pro contract came up upon June 15th, 1972. Now, these 8 players from Chatham, Ontario are what they call late bloomers, and this was one of them, of course. Now, published reports say he also calls Merlin, Ontario, hometown, which is a very nice place. I haven't been to Merlin, but I know people who've lived there. They said really, really nice community. Now, he, again, also played on the first Washington Capitals team during his inaugural 74-75 season, although he did not join the team until February 1975 because he suffered a broken thumb in a preseason game. Now, the aspect, Toronto drafted him with the hopes he was going to be part maybe of the team as a third or even fourth liner, a good strong player. But he was eventually claimed by Boston from Tulsa, which was a Toronto affiliate, in the league's reverse draft on June 8th, 1972. Now, again, he was claimed by Washington from Boston in the expansion draft, but was eventually traded by Washington to Minnesota with Ron Anderson in exchange for Rick Nantis and Alan Langlaw on February 23rd, 1976. Now, he eventually graduated from Boston University in 72 and then returned to the Boston area after retirement and became one of the top golfers at the Lexington Golf Club in Lexington, Massachusetts. Now, he's also father of the former women's college hockey player Emily Gryp, who played at Providence, and he's the older brother of former college player Jerry Gryp. Now, he was also selected by the New England Whalers in the 72 WHA draft, which was the first major pro draft for that association. He was also selected by the Minnesota Fighting Saints in 73 in a WHA draft of established pro players. Now, he played on a line with Steve Sterling and Craig Sarder for Boston in the AHL in 72-73, and it was again the 6th player taken by Washington and 12th overall in the NHL expansion draft in 1974. Now, let's recap just for very simply. When he started playing with Boston in the minors, he put up 66 points in 73 with the Braves in 76 games, including 4 points in the playoffs. Second season, again with the Braves, 30 goals. Washington saw a lot of them. He did play 27 games with Washington in the inaugural season with 5 goals and 8 assists. But 76 as well, he split time between Washington and the Richmond Robins. 76, he also played with New Haven of the AHL. Now, 77, he played for the Johnstown Jets of the NHL Senior League and wrapped up his minor pro career with the Long Beach Sharks of the PHL in 78. Now, final NHL totals, 74 games, 24 points, 11 goals, and AHL totals, 158 points, 90 goals in 222 games, and 4 points, including 3 goals in the playoffs. But again, the first Boston University player to play for the Boston Bruins. So that's a tremendous distinction. And in that rough year for Washington in 74-75, again he was a shining light for obvious reasons, because in those 27 games, these 13 points made him among team leaders for scoring for that short time. And oh yeah, he played only 5 games in '78 with the Long Beach Sharks and Rockets, scoring 1 goal. Sorry about I forgot that they're also called the Rockets that year. So that's the story of the Grypper. If you like to give me a future request, a comment, or subscribe, is well appreciated. We're trying to make at least 500 full subscribers by the first of the spring, March 21st. We picked up at least 125 new subscribers. See, ladies and gentlemen, this channel is not monetized. It's word of mouth, people that research vintage WHA and NHL players. To my knowledge, I'm one of the few podcasters across Canada that takes the time to give a full recap of players that are not superstars or even medium stars, grinders, the different people that deserve recognition, because I believe anybody makes it to major pro hockey deserves our total respect. Because just like wrestling, once you win the belt, you can never take it off you. You may lose it, but you still, for that short time. And the Grypper is emotional for a lot of people that are fans of Boston University, because they always wanted a Boston University player to skate with Boston, and that's what we had with this player. Anyway, so thanks for listening. Have a good evening. Bye.